Hello, Trippers. It's Robert 28, 1979. I was going to make a video earlier today and didn't get around to it. It got kind of busy, but sorry for it's kind of getting dark, but you got to see I got the old case sitting here. I was going to get a video of this earlier. As y'all can see, I got me a camper trailer frame here. I've actually already got all the wood off. If you can see, it's right there beside the Bravada there on that little trailer. I ripped all the floor off of it. Still got some of the lines sticking off of it. Got finished that up. What's it doing in the shop? Yes. Well, as you can see, I cut the back off of it. I cut it at a funky angle, and I'll explain on that. Because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put like probably maybe a 3-foot dove on the back of this. Maybe just a 2-foot dove. Not a real steep dove, but kind of just a slight dove. And well, when I do, this ain't gonna sit true to the ground, so I'll probably come off in here. Probably something like right in here. Cut it back to here to this point, and leave that bottom lip on there, all the way down it. And then I'll come back here, where I've cut these little triangles out on both sides, bend that up, and then where it overlaps here, then I'll cut it flush, cut it, and then mount something like this back on the back of it. Which this I'm not going to put back on the back. The reason I kind of got it sitting here like this is I'm going to kind of show you it's not going to be this tall. So don't think that, oh my god, it's talking about rust. But what I'm going to do is this is actually going to be my bump rail for the front. So what I'm going to end up doing is cutting it like right in that area right there, straight across. You give me a bump rail, and then I'll beef this part up here and everything. Cause the way I want to do it, that little flange there might sit on that trailer. That way I can weld it across, get it pretty nice and stiff, and that may be what I mount my winch to. But that stuff's so thin you can see through that hole. I mean, it ain't but maybe. I don't know. I know it ain't no. It's not even an 1/8 inch. I mean, it's just over a 1/16, maybe. What is that? 14 gauge steel, maybe. But that's why I'm saving this. But the reason I got it jacked up right now is these axles. I don't like how low they sit. And you can see on that one it rides on top of the spring. Well, I'm going to flip it and put the spring on top of the axle. That'll give me another 4 inches, hopefully, out of it. You wouldn't think it'd give that much clearance, but I'm kind of hoping it will. And I'm not sure if I'm going to have to cut the perches off of these axles or not. I'm hoping they're just stuck in there, because as y'all can see, those are drop spindle axles there. Better view of it there. So, and if they are, I'll just cut them off. Use the torch to do a nice little clean cut on them, and then flip those flanges around to the top. Which I like this front axle. It's been replaced. So you can see it's got, oh, that's too dark for you to see there, but it's got double flanges, one on the top and one on the bottom. So which ain't no big deal. And I'm gonna come back in here. You see the wires hanging out. I'm gonna hook the brakes back up on both axles. The front one is all hooked across, just ripped out right here. So I'm gonna run all new wiring down here. I'm probably gonna do like outside there, cut a slot, and then run up and come out to the front. I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I've got enough PVC pipe up there. I'm wanting to run through these holes here, and it's come to here, and maybe drill a hole inside that PVC pipe to run the brake wires out, and hook all the brakes up, and run it all the way back to here, to this point, where because I ain't gonna dovetail it until back here behind this brace here, is where I'm gonna dovetail it. And then from there I can run out to my corners for my lights and what have you and whatnot, and everything's ran through PVC piping, which won't corrode. So it'd be a good little deal there, but wow, man, I tell you what, I'm getting tired of this, whatever the heck I got. Non-stop hacking up mucus. It's just retarded, but it's just, I'm at the end of it. Oh my goodness. But I mean, as y'all can see, it's gonna be a good little trailer. The axles are a little too far back for my taste, but I don't want to cut these flanges, because what I'm gonna do, even though these are pretty light duty flanges here, what I'm gonna do with them, the way I'm gonna do it is, it'll work for me, is this one here. I'm gonna come off the frame with some angle iron and cut back this way with it to give it a double brace, which is kind of hard. I'll demonstrate on this side where you got light. But I'm gonna come across with angle iron, tie it back into it just like this, take it back to the frame, and weld it in solid on both sides, on this corner, that corner, and those two. And once I flip the axles over, get them sitting where I want, replace these tires, since there's like two different size tires, you know, tall tires in the back and short and narrow freaking ones in the front. Don't know why. Well, that one's seen some better days, hasn't it? But I'm gonna mount some drive over fenders on this thing. I'll come back here in the center, excuse me, and do the same thing with the bracket for that fender. And they have some, I said, drive over fenders on it. And I'm gonna do something on the outside edge. I'm gonna run the wood all the way to the edge of it, to where it'll be right at 7 feet wide. Oh man, that stuff is nasty. And then what I'm gonna do up here in the front is, I'm gonna go from the front here, come down, and start putting some square tubing pieces down, all the way down on the bottom side of this trailer. I'm gonna take some flat strap, bend it, weld it to the front nose up there, bring it down to the square tubing, bring it all the way down, and then bring it back up, and tie it back into this shackle on the front axle. And what that'll do is, when you load it, that'll also give you a little more stiffness in this frame, because this is just some thin framing. Oh, how you like that? Knock my dang eye off again. But and it'll take a lot more weight, so it'll help stiffen it up, make it a little bit better. At least that's kind of what my game plan is. And I'm gonna utilize these. This one here and that one up, that next one up, I've got to cut those off. As you can see here, you know, some of this dirt, dust, not quite level with the top of that frame there. So, and that one's the same way. The rest of them are pretty much level with the frame. Now that one on that side over there is a little low, and that one might be a little low, but I'm gonna cut that one off. I'll cut that one off, and I'll move it in line with this one. And then I might make some other ones out of angle iron to come off in between each one of these, because there's a pretty good gap in this one and that one. So I'll add some bracing here, add some cross braces across the front of it, across the tongue area, definitely across the axle here, and the other one back here, and then I'll add one more across where my dovetail's going to be. And no, I'm not going to use this bracket. I just kind of changed my mind. I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to cut it off and actually install it back here in the back end of this frame. And then, oh, you'll need that when I put that, probably some channel or something across the back, so I can plumb it in, box in for my lights and everything. It'll be pretty good then, so I'll just leave that as it sits, not worry about it. So I was thinking maybe cut this brace out and use it somewhere. But I'd rather just get some angle iron and throw it down there, you know, and run some angle iron across the top of all those, all the way back, you know. Let's give you a kind of an idea here. Oh, dang magnets everywhere. Oh, get down here. So what I'm thinking is, and get your ass back in view there. He's got these dang bolts in here, so it's not going to sit right, but run angle iron like that. At least that's what I'm kind of thinking. That way the wood will sit up against it and sit inside the channel, and it gives a definite edge. But I'm not too sure on that yet, because, well, I'm not going to put no rub rails on the side of this trailer. Just going to put the bump rail at the front and be done. I said I'll do that deal on the bottom, and that'll stiffen it up enough, and then with the wood on it, it ought to be well stiff enough to handle what I need to handle and everything else, and all the good fun jazz. Oh, ah, goodness, it's getting old. But also too, when I mount this in the front for the bump rail, this is going to be the front side facing back toward the back of the trailer. I'm going to come in, probably maybe halfway down this tube, cut it up, and then notch it out. That way, which will actually be cut here and then notched out the front side here, to where it'll actually sit over. Let's say this is the front. It'll sit over it and come down to the bottom here, and I can weld it all out and weld it across the top, and then put my wood on it, and it'll be a lot more sturdier that way. And then when I do that, I can run 2 braces off the back side of this and come back down toward the tongue, maybe, to help kind of brace it and give it a little added support brace to the tongue, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of a thought I just come up with. I'm not too sure about. Let me turn the light on here so I can turn a little light on the subject. But yeah, them dales are gonna be out here, so I ain't gonna do that. But maybe come here somewhere with the center support down to the jack area or something, and because I'm not gonna enclose my winch in a little toolbox. I thought about that, but that's just ridiculous. I mean, if somebody wants it bad enough, they're gonna freaking steal the whole trailer versus steal your damn winch. So, but I'm also thinking about coming across here with a strip of that thick plate I got over there, probably double them up. When I put my wood, I can mount my winch right here, or mount a bracket and have my winch removable. So I just take it right off the trailer, and I'll enclose this here, make a little box with a little lock on it, put my battery in. For my winch, I can just lock my battery up and just have the plug coming out of the back. You just plug it all in and be done. Quick connects. Might be the easiest solution there. That way nobody steals my battery, and I can take my winch off and put it in my shop when not in use, and go from there. But I've made this video kind of a little lengthy. As y'all see, I uploaded a video today, earlier, of a video I got with my other camera. Now that I finally got that one working, I've actually got the battery charging right now. I'm going to start using that one, because I'm going to go pick up a tripod and probably go pick up a bigger memory stick for it. That one's only 8 gig, I think. I want to get the I think it was a 32 gig or something like that, to where I can film up to 8 hours. Now I can start doing a little bit longer videos. I can start doing some more how-to videos and stuff, and even more lengthier videos of the processes of things I'm doing. You know, kind of like when I do upgrades on my other diesel, I can take longer videos, actually get a little bit more step-by-step process through it for other people who are trying to figure that out and search it and everything. But that's all kind of in the future at the moment. You know, with Christmas being right around the corner, I've already got that covered. So I'm just kind of doing some little projects before the family gets down here this weekend, and we do our little thing, and then they go home, and then just kick back, have the kids home all day over Christmas break. So just kind of spend some time with them and play with their toys. It's supposed to get cold again, so stuff like that. But other than that, I'm sure y'all guys are tired of hearing me ramble on. So the other thing, if anybody out there knows of a kit where I can get to mount my stacks on my truck that is not going to cost $300 and somewhat freaking dollars, because all I need in all actuality to install my stacks on my truck is I need the 4-inch Y and 2 90s. That's all I need. I can get flex pipe, or I can buy the pipe but I have yet to find anywhere around that carries the 4-inch 90s and the 4-inch Y pipe individually. They all sell them as a kit for a stat kit, and I don't want to buy the whole kit. I don't need all the piping, all the other crud. I need 3 90s. 3 4-inch 90s and 1 4-inch Y. If I can find that stuff, I can get my stack set up on my truck and do a video of that. Do a video of the install, the whole 9 yards, and a video of the first fire up with it, and all that nice stuff. And if I ever win the lottery, then I'll buy a kit complete with stacks and all and put on the white truck, which will be different because these, as you can see, came off a semi, so they're actually taller than what you normally get. Normally when you buy a stack kit, they're just right above the cab or right at the cab, where these, when I put them on my truck, right here, I'm figuring right about there's going to be the top of my cab, so I've still got that much sticking up. It's going to be above my cab, which is awesome. That's what I want. I mean, I don't want them, you know, I want like my cab right here and then those barely go above it or right at my cab. I don't want that. I want it above the cab, which, yes, will suck when I try to pull it in my shop because it will not come through my door. I'll have to take them off, but, you know, big freaking deal there. I don't care. So, if anybody out there watching my videos knows any place I can get that stuff, or maybe know somebody who has that just laying around, shoot me a message or a comment, and I'll get back with you on it and see if I can't get some of that picked up and shipped down. And man, I'm trying to rack my brain. A fellow YouTuber actually was commenting me on one of my videos on the Bravada cold start, the Bravada and engine teardown. Oh, of course, there goes my phone. Give me just a second. Yep. Yep. You're in Texas. It's yep. Out here in my shop, doing a YouTube video. Alright. Laters. Yeah, my buddy there. Sorry it's gotten dark. You can see my phone here. I said one of the guys was saying something, but he needed some part off the front of this Bravada for the 4-wheel drive. I cannot remember his name, but I think I found what he's talking about on the inside of the passenger side kicker panel, big computer box looking thing. This one does not have the vacuum actuator on the firewall. Oh, there he is right there coming around the corner. But anyway, send me a message or maybe do a video response or something about what parts you need, and I'll get them inked out and set aside for you, so after Christmas when you're ready we can do the shipping and the whole 9 yards. So, but anyways, I'm in this video, so rate my videos, comment if you like, and subscribe, and all that good fun jazz. Till the next one, we'll see you later.